You only pay, you take it with you on your listing appointment. You only pay if the deal closes. The other thing is we have the free renters report for your leases, and we include the FHDS car form in the reports automatically when it's in a high or very high fire severity zone to help you understand whether or not you have to deal with it and to discuss it with your clients up front so that they know and you don't have delays in escrow. Another thing is we are the only ones with the direct link to Fortress Fire optional wildfire report. It is an optional report. It is more detailed. It's a roadmap to wildfire risk, looking at several areas, not just in-out determination like it is in the NHD reports. And I've been doing this for 30 years. I'm your resource to understand how to fill out things, answer questions, anything in the report, no matter who you use, I can talk to you about that. And at the bottom of the page under resources, we have our booklets. And next to that, we do have a resource, blog page. And on the blog page, we have a lot of great information and questions that may come up in the deal. You can peruse it at your leisure. And then lastly, the free property tax estimator, because what do they want to know after close of escrow? What are the taxes going to be? We have it right at the report. If you have any questions on anything NHD, I'm right here. If you want your NHCs right on, please call John. Have a great end to the first quarter.
Thank you, guys.
I'll put my information in the chat.
Thank you very much. All right, Sandy, how are you today?
I am fabulous. It's beautiful out here in Santa Clarita. Looking forward to spring and all my air conditioning claims. But it is perfect weather to go out in your farm. We have all of the tools that you need. I have the door hangers. I have the bags. I can bring them to the office. I can send them to your house. Whatever is easier for you is how I will do it. Just ask that you give me a couple days notice. Don't say, hey, Sandy, it's Friday. Can I get open house door hangers today? No. I plan my day out, my weeks out in advance. So if you need door hangers, give me a couple days notice so I can make sure that I get them to you. They come in boxes of 250 and they are free. So whatever you need, we will help you so that you can be successful in your farming efforts. Make sure you touch base with Angie to tune up your farm, and let's make this year the best that we can absolutely make it.
That's good. Thank you very much, Sandy.
Thank you.
Hope you can get your Alaska cruise this year. Okay. All right. Thank you. Hi, Andrew. Good morning. How are you today?
Right, my turn. Hi, Peter. Hi, everyone. Good morning. Hi, this is Andrew from Pacific Alliance Bank. Like I said this morning earlier, I have a news for you guys, for agents. Well, right now we have a lower our non-QM loans rate from 8% to 7.25% for 3 years.
7 and what?
For your citizen as well as 7.25%, 7.25. Right. The rate for 3 years used to be 7.75 and 5 years used to be 8%. But right now we dropped to 7.25% for 3 years. All right. And we also currently waiving 1,500 processing fee as well for all your new single home purchases as well. So give me a call. My info is in the chat room. And this is an exciting news. I know it's tough out there, but we're here to help agents to close the deal if your customer looking for financing. Okay, so right now the rate for 3 years fixed, non-QM loan, no documents, no tax returns, basically VOD base, and the rate 7.25% fixed for 3 years. And we're still charging loan fee 0.5%, but we're waiving 1,500 processing fee. You're welcome to call me for details. Again, my info is in the chat room. Looking forward to talk to you guys soon. Thank you.
Thank you, Andrew. Well, 7.25% for non-QM is good rate. So that's good.
It's really good, yes. Yeah. Actually, we did a survey with other lenders or similar, programs. They are basically ranging from 7 to 7.5% right now. Mm-hmm. So 7.25% is good. And matter of fact, we're waiving the 1,500 processing fee. Plus, this is no prepay penalty. So basically, get paid down anytime with no penalty at all.
So do you do
which is added plus. So
do you do SBA loans, 504, owner occupied?
Oh, yes, matter of fact, this year our focus is SBA loan. Matter of fact, I have one deal right now, a $4.4 million SBA 7A deal. We can also do 504 as well. So calling for details, again, I'm here to help any way I can. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Andrew. Thank you. Hi, Betty and Jackie. Glenn Escrow, how are you today? You have to unmute.
Hi, sorry, takes me a
Okay.
while to put us off mute. But you can, well, my mom is a little bit shy, but Betty and Kathleen Fong here at Glen Oaks Escrow in San Marino just wanted to stop by and say hi and hope you guys had a great St. Patrick's Day yesterday. And I guess tomorrow will be spring, so I can't wait for my allergies to kick in. But enjoy your days and hope you have a great day, and please reach out to us if you have any escrow questions or any concerns. We'll leave our information in the chat. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Nice to see you, Betty.
Nice to see you, Peter, and everybody.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Nicole, how are you today?
I'm wonderful.
Nice to
Thank
see
you,
you.
Peter. Nice to see you too. Thank you very much for allowing us to join you. Happy Monday. And yes, tomorrow's the first day of spring, as we discussed. And are you front loading your marketing? Right now is the time so that you don't get caught in the noise of the elections the last, half of the year. So reach out to us. We want to help you grow your business. We have many tools and resources and business referrals that we can recommend, resources. Look forward to helping you. Nicole and Yvonne, Fidelity National Title, and we'd love to help you with your Circle Farm as well. Make it a great day. And remember, Yvonne and Nicole, when you open your next transaction. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. Thank you very much. Your Ignite real RE is very, very good. I'm sure that a lot of agents are using it, so appreciate that very much.
Thank you.
All right, Anne, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So just wanted to remind everyone this Wednesday, we're going to be doing a lunch and learn here at the George Realty office in Alhambra. So I really hope you guys attend in live and come into the office because we're going to be serving lunch, but it is a hybrid. I just also wanted to remind everyone, I think it's a great opportunity for you guys to potentially call prospective clients right now. I don't know if you guys are aware of that new law that just came out starting January 1st regarding companies like LLCs and corporations. They are requiring that all owners of the LLC, the beneficial ownership information be registered. So if it's an LLC or corporation that has been created before 2024, they have until January 1st, 2025 to submit all of that information. And all of it includes like the beneficial ownership's name, date of birth, address, and the identifying number or issuer of the person that owns some beneficial interest. If it's a new LLC that they incorporated after January 1st, they have the typical 90 days to submit from the time that they created that corporation or LLC. I think this is a great reason why to, just something to pick up the phone call and call your clients to remind them to do so. Also, I just wanted to thank everyone that has supported Top Escrow. We do have escrows from you guys, and we really want you guys to know that we really appreciate you guys. But have a great week, everyone.
Thank you, Anne. Now, is the ownership requirement, is that for all ownership?
LLCs, corporations, all of that. Yep. It's a new
for
like
the
FinCEN.
LLC, is the ownership interest more even less than 25%?
I think they all have to do it once, and then if it changes, they have to resubmit or submit after.
But what I mean is that it used to be that less than 25% of interest, you don't need to report.
No, so this is No, this is a new law from FinCEN. Okay. It's associated with FinCEN, the geographic location. Yeah, so they made this new law. It's starting January 1st of this year.
I see. Okay. Good thing to know.
Mhm.
Thank you, Ann. All right, next is, hey, Mark, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Peter. I'm doing well, and thank you for allowing me to participate with your meeting. Just last week, if you didn't see on the news and the big Santa Ana winds, many trees came down on properties. In fact, I think some even hit some real estate offices, as I saw brokers posting that. But know that on a normal homeowner policy, if it's a standard policy, fallen trees are a covered peril. So if a tree falls on your home or your seller's home, you know, their own insurance will be covering, even if it's the tree of the neighbors that falls on top of their house, or the trees that belong to the city on the sidewalk and falls back into your client's home. That is a covered peril under homes. Again, I'm here to assist your buyers with their home and condo insurance. Don't wait till the last minute. It is taking much longer to obtain proposals, as many carriers have left the industry. So be proactive is all I can tell you. Thanks a bunch. I'm here to assist you.
Okay, thank you, Mark. I hope the insurance crisis will subside soon, but that's
I hope so too, but I don't expect it, unfortunately, Pete, for another year or two.
Oh my God.
Yes, it's getting worse.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. All right. Next is Unita. Good morning. How are you today?
Good morning, Peter. Good morning, co-banker George. Thank you again for letting me be here. I'm Unita Wu from Home Warranty of America, the 13 months home warranty. I do speak English, Chinese, Indonesian, and Mandarin. So let me know if there's anything that I can help you. We do have door hangers, farming as well. And we have the new brochure, that 2024. So please let me know if there's something I could help you. We do including that additional homeowner insurance if you need that for secondary damage. So let me know how can we be able to help you, and we put our information here on the chat. So reach out to me anytime. Thank you.
Thank you, Unita.
Thank you,
very
Peter.
much. Have a nice day.
You too.
All right. Good morning, Angie. How are you today?
Good morning, Peter. Angie Tang, First American, doing really well today. It's Monday morning. It's a new week. Gotta go and strive to get those listings. Today, I just wanted to remind you and your clients that anytime there's any transfers in title, whether it be transferring from an individual to a trust to an LLC, there can always be a reassessment. So even though your trust is the same trustees and the beneficiaries are the same as the individual holder, that could still trigger a reassessment, because if the county does not get the information they need from the trust to validate that the names are the same and the owners are the same, they will just go ahead and reassess you. So be really diligent when you're talking to your clients. The moment they get reassessed, they're going to look at you because you've told them that you could just do a deed and transfer it over to the trust or the LLC, and then they don't realize that they can have some assessments, so reassessments. So please, if you have any questions on that, let me know. We can also insure those documents so that you're not going to have a cloud on title later on when they want to do a refinance or a resale, because there was no transaction, that deed becomes an uninsured deed, which could pose some problems in the future. So I'm here to help you, guide you, grow your business. Angie Tang, First American Title. Thanks, Peter. Hi, CBG.
Thank you, Angie. Appreciate that very much. Okay, I think that's all the affiliates besides Brandon. Brandon is going to be our keynote. The spotlight speaker today. So did I miss anything? And anybody besides Brandon? If not, Brandon, it's all yours. Go ahead.
Thanks, Peter. Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is having a fantastic almost spring. Like Yvonne was saying, that we are almost to spring, which, as you guys can see, the weather is getting better. I am a little upset there's no more rain. I know some of you don't like the rain, but when it rains, it means it snows in the mountains, and I love to ski. So for those of you who didn't know, that I like to ski. I've been skiing the last 5 years. When I moved out to California, I actually started skiing, and I've been up at Big Bear, I think 3 weekends. So I've skied, and then I skied in Mammoth in the beginning of the year, and we've had some really good snow. So if you like to ski or snowboard, let me know. I'll meet you up there in the mountains. And another thing that I was just going to mention is, for those of you who don't know, I'm not originally from California. I am from the East Coast. I'm from Atlanta, also known as Hot Atlanta. And we definitely deal with a little more, I guess, different types of natural hazards here on the West Coast than on the East Coast. I was used to tornadoes and hurricanes on the East Coast, but we obviously have the fire season and the flooding and all that stuff, and earthquakes. I remember my first earthquake when I moved here. It was pretty cool to experience. It wasn't a big one, so it wasn't one of those that I had to be concerned about. So it was one that was kind of fun to experience. But as we know, the big ones are not fun. And something that I like to tell people is anytime we talk about NHD, it always seems like doom and gloom, and we talk about, you know, fires and all these bad things. But at the end of the day, talking about it and being prepared for these situations, at the end of the day, if you're prepared for something and it never happens, that's better than not being prepared and something happening. So anytime that you talk to your clients, when it comes to the NHD and going through that information with your clients, I always offer that if you don't know anything about that specific property, or you don't know the specifics about that NHD report, I always offer to talk with your clients. I've done it a few times in the last couple of weeks with agents' clients, just going through some of the important parts of the NHD for them to look out for, especially when it comes to those disclosures, obviously when they live in the fire zones, but also for things like some people will ask specific questions about the environmental hazards or the risks that those environmental hazards may pose. And that is where it matters where you get your NHD. And the reason is because a lot of companies either over disclose or they just disclose the statutory 6 county or state level disclosures. So that's the 2 fire, 2 flood, and 2 earthquake. But we have the county and city disclosures because those can differ in some ways. Because it's an unregulated industry, the NHD industry, people will either just buy the data and they will put their essentially logo or and name onto that data and then sell that NHD report. But what you're missing out on is a lot of the important data that can help make sure that your transaction closes on time. And that's like those hero pace liens that are on those properties, right? And that wouldn't come up on just a basic NHD report that doesn't have the city or county level or those additional, for the pace lien example, the payoff contracts. That's a really difficult, and escrow can probably attest to this. The payoff contracts and finding out what that amount that they owe on those liens is one of the most important things to making sure you close on time. And this is why I always say when you get your listings, this is why you order the NHD early, because again, our policy is like most companies, if it doesn't close, you don't pay. But getting that information before you get to escrow, so that if you have to do anything, right, finding off that payoff amount, if you have to do that fire inspection, if it's in a high or very high severity zone, these are the things that we don't want to hinder the closing of the transaction. Because if you're getting a check for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, and the reason why you're not getting it is because you didn't do the due diligence early, this is something that you can avoid. And when it comes to the NHD, I would never want anything within the NHD or the information within the NHD to cause this to occur. And so if you need to call me, if you want to do a conference call with our geological staff or our geologist on our team, that's something that I always offer, that you can really take me up on that on any transaction. And the other thing that I was just in an office and they were going through what to do in a down market, right? And going through a market where we don't have tons and tons of inventory. In most cities, we're seeing between 1 and 2 months of inventory, which is really low, right? So that means that we're still in a seller's market. And the best thing that you can do is to maintain your schedule. And this is something I do on a daily basis, to maintain your schedule, to make sure that you're consistent with your schedule. And we know that sometimes when things are tough, we tend to either look at it in a positive light or look at it in a negative light. And the thing is that a lot of these things like the interest rates and what's happening in the market is out of your control. And so for me, what I can do, since we can't do business unless you do business, is everything I can do to assist you with getting more business, finding ways to look at things on how to get listings or how to connect with buyers, that you can help them to get this, these closings and to get more listings. That's my goal. And when it comes to your schedule, making sure that you're maintaining, those close relationships with your sphere of influence and things like that. And really and truly, we are kind of the same as you, right? Our sphere of influence is you. And so anything we can do to connect with you and to be able to relate and to give you the tools to get more business, that's our goal. And everything that I do is around building relationships with you, because if you're going to call me, I would rather you call me and get to know me and earn your business than to just ask you for an order and then never talk to you again, right? I really like the interpersonal connections, because that's how we build a team, and that's how we do this together, because teamwork, as they say, makes the dream work. And when it comes to getting more business on the NHD side of things and how I can help, a lot of the resources that First American has spent a lot of investment on is, one, we are a team. So First American has obviously Angie and Sandy, and I work with a lot of other reps. And why we team up is because if we can team up and work together, we're typically a lot more successful than just each one of us individually. And a lot of the resources that Angie and Sandy provide go hand in hand with what I can provide you. So when it comes to like the preliminary title report, Angie's in that section under the taxes, they actually have the link to our tax estimator. And the reason why they would do that, obviously, is because in the preliminary title report, a lot of those liens and tax information that they're providing you also are reflected on the NHD report. I don't know if you guys know that the Melrose taxes and 1915 bonds and things like that that are within the NHD report can also be found in the preliminary title report. And so a lot of that crossover information is obviously there to make sure that where the information is coming from, that information is being provided. And so just make sure you reach out to me. And if you have questions on anything and you want to know different resources, so one of them that I provide is the Fire Hazard Severity Zone Viewer that CAL FIRE provides. And it's a map where you can look at every single one of those fire zones and look at a specific property, or the flood zone maps that are provided by FEMA. These are all, tools and things that you can use, or you can call me, right? At the end of the day, if you don't have the time to look something up, the easiest thing you can do is call me or text me and say, hey, can you look up this property? Tell me if it's in a fire zone. I'll do it. And then you'll be able to get that information. And then the other thing that I was going to mention is that when it comes to these new Fortress fire reports, this is something that has been a challenge over the last 4 months since it came out. And we were actually the first company that Fortress and CAR reached out to develop this product to provide it. And the reason why they came to us was because this is something that has been a challenge for everybody within the industry, is that the insurance brokers, right, who are providing insurance for the fires, they are seeing, obviously, we're seeing the challenges that people cannot obtain fire insurance. And so the DOI and CAR came to the NHD companies, and first to us, and then to, I believe it was Snap, and then to Mine HD, to be the pass through to order these reports. But at the end of the day, the brokers of insurance, right, like Mark Wu, they're the ones who can help you to really obtain insurance, because at the end of the day, we can order these reports, but we can't guarantee that you're going to get insurance. And so when it comes to a home being in a fire zone, at the end of the day, the biggest thing that you need to do is to find out if it's in the zone. Once you've found out that it's in the zone, then you're going to go to your insurance broker first before I would even order that Fortress fire report, because it's $140 additional to the NHD cost. It's not required. And if you disclose it and it suggests to do $20,000 worth of work, right, trimming trees, things like that, then you could have an issue where you have the deal fall through because the buyer doesn't want all this work to be done. They don't want to pay for it, right? And so once that happens, you still have to disclose that report in the information, just like an inspection. And so before you even ask to order that report, I would go and talk to Mark or go and talk to your insurance broker and work with them, because their suggestions will be potentially different from the suggestions that Fortress offers. And this is the thing that a lot of people are either just checking off the Fortress report and not looking at what the property type is. And then the second thing is that a lot of people who are on the seller side don't realize it's in that, and they're not countering it out. And so I've had multiple reports that I've had to order. And this is, once it's requested on the RPA, escrow really can't counter it out because that's not their role. And so you, as the agent, you really need to pay attention to this, because we don't want your clients having to pay $140 if it's not necessary. And the buyer can pay for this whenever they want and get this information. And once they have that information, obviously they can do what they want with it. But if it comes down to the reason why they're ordering it, it's because they can't obtain insurance. I would rather you go to the insurance broker first, ask them what they suggest, or the insurance company, and see what their suggestions are first before you order this report. And then if you do have to order this report, it's in a high fire zone, it's a single family residence. This is something that you can take to the insurance company and say, if we do these suggestions, right, if we trim these trees, this report is saying, you know, these trees and bushes need to be trimmed. Then once you've done that, you are going to be, one, your clients are going to love you because, you know, you're not making this something that has to happen. And then the other thing is that you're going to save them potentially money and potentially, you know, getting that commission check, right? At the end of the day, that's what we want. And so I've seen that a lot of people, again, are putting it for condos, and a condo, it doesn't make sense, right? Because a condo, you aren't responsible for the trees or the bushes. That's the HOA. So you can't even do what the suggestions that they provide in that report. And so if that's the case, there's no reason to order that report, right? The Fortress Fire report is not necessary if it's a condo. So don't, if you are seeing that and you're the listing side, I would counter it out. And if you're on the buyer side, there's no reason to request that either, because at the end of the day, it's the HOA who is the one who maintains that. And that report save everybody $140 so that you don't have to do that, right? And then the last thing I was going to say is when it comes to when we're in tax season, and those taxes that a lot of people and a lot of agents forget to mention to their buyers, and that is those supplemental taxes. And this is something I had recently, an agent who was selling a home that hadn't been sold in 70 years. And the thing is if that home hasn't been sold in 70 years, those taxes that they were paying are going to be a lot cheaper, right? Like if it's $1 million house and they bought it for $50,000, those taxes are going to be what, like $45, right? $100, maybe a little more, 500 at the most. And then those supplemental taxes that the new buyer is obviously buying the home at $1 million, those differences, right, in those supplemental taxes, those buyers need to be aware that they need to save that. Sometimes I think lenders, they have them in an impound account to make sure that they don't spend the money for those taxes before they have to pay those when the franchise tax board comes asking for the money in a couple of months after the sale of the home. And, you know, those buyers said, wait, I was only paying a couple $100 for taxes. Now I'm getting hit with a, you know, $12,000, $15,000 bill, and I don't have the money. And this is another thing where it comes down to it. If you can let your, you know, clients know about this type of stuff, you're going to be the rock star, and you're going to be the one to be able to give them this information and making sure that they do this so that they don't come back to you and say, well, you didn't tell me that I have this big bill and now I can't pay it because I bought all these things and bought a new car and spent all this money, right? And so the best thing that you can do is to educate your clients to make sure that situations like that, like a supplemental taxes, are paid for when they need to be, and that difference and that step up, if the home hasn't been sold in 50, 60, 70 years, is going to be a large chunk, but it's a one-time payment, and just let them know that, right? So I'm always here for you guys. I hope that the information that I shared today will help you and make sure that the transaction is closed smoothly. And at the end of the day, call me, email me, text me. I'm always available. If I can't get to you immediately, I'm probably doing a presentation, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And when it comes to anything to help you get more business, that's my goal. Again, Brandon Savransky with First American NHG, and I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I hope you have a successful week. Thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. It's a lot of useful information. And as Brandon said, if you have any question at all, just don't hesitate to call him. He's a very nice guy. Nice to chat on the phone, and he is very supportive. So thank you very much again, Brandon. You have a nice day.
Thanks, Peter.
Okay. Now with that, I would like to get some housekeeping things in the Coldwell Banker George. There's a few things happening in Coldwell Banker George. The first one is, as you know, the home office is going to sunset the Outlook email by the end of April, which is April 30th, 2024. In other words, after that day, they will not support the Outlook email, which is like, you know, you have a first name and then at coldwellbanker.com, that the email they will not support anymore, but they will forward all the email in that email address to your new email of your choice. So in other words, if you are not using your personal email, or you can get an email from other vendors and continue to use your personal email for business. And after April 30th, 2024, you will not be able to use the Outlook email address, but all the data can be transferred to your new email address. And our IT person, Ben, will have a seminar this Friday, have a training on how to do your forwarding, as well as the migration of information from the Outlook email to your new email. So be sure to come to the training session this Friday at 10 o'clock, and you have all the answers there, okay, if you have any questions. The second thing is the broker version of the SIP form. A lot of agents are not really utilizing it, but you know, even though you're not using it, if you register for the broker's version, they charge Coldwell Banker George $60 per agent for the usage of the broker's version. So if you are not using it, or you don't think that it's of any much use to you, please let us know, and then we can get your name off that list so that you won't incur any charges for that Brooks version. And because after all, why pay for something that you're not using it at all? Okay. And the third thing is that we have a risk management from our E&O attorney Brian Smith on April the 10th, and this is going to be a very informative and educational seminar. So don't miss it, and we'll give you some information before then. The topics and content that he's going to talk about. But every year we have him come to our firm to give the risk management seminar. It's very useful, and he's a very nice guy, very knowledgeable. And so, don't miss that, April the 10th, 2024. Okay, now with that, I would like to see how we are doing in business in both offices. So, Doug, how are we doing in Arcadia?
Booming.
All right, good.
Arcadia is booming. Okay, couple new listings we got. Well, I'm going to remind you on Valley Boulevard in Alhambra, Young Chin has 27 units commercial for $6,180,000. Also, Shirley Guerrera has a lease residential 2-bedroom 1-bath, $2,600 a month in South Almani. Michael Chan has a lease in Del Mar in Pasadena, 3-bedroom 2-bath, $2,800 a month. Michael Chan also has an office lease in Alhambra. Must be a small office, $1,600. Andy Sue come in with a commercial property on Mission Road in San Gabriel, $3.5 million. And I heard this morning Gary Lee is turning in a listing, but I don't have the information on it yet. On sales, we're doing pretty good. Peggy Shao had a condo in Rosemead. She kind of wrestled with for a while, but she got it in escrow, $632,800. Alma Aguilar has a buyer in Monrovia on Poppy Avenue, $890,000. Alma Aguilar has a listing in Baldwin Park, sold for $100,500. And this morning, I heard Camellia Vera sold her Del Mar in San Gabriel. The asking price was $898,000. I'm not sure the selling price. And also just this morning, Steve Sattler sold some land in Adelanto. So things are booming here in Arcadia. I want to remind you guys that some of our recent closings have been in areas like Cathedral City, Lancaster, Apple Valley, Desert Hot Springs, Carlsbad, Merced. You've got a license for California. So don't turn down business just because it's not in your backyard. If you get a chance to work a listing or a sale out of the area, do it. If you can't, you don't feel comfortable, then talk to Peter or myself. We'll get you a good agent in the area that you want to go in, at least get a referral, okay? And also, someone asked me, how do you find new homes? I have a client looking for new homes. I would just Google it, new homes in whatever county or state you're looking for, and then check with those builders to make sure they're going to pay your referral before you send your information to your client, and make sure you register your client. We've got a lot of agents here that have had deals recently and in escrow right now on referrals to new homes. So the shortage of inventory is out there, but there is a lot of new homes out there. So I wish everybody, hope you had a happy St. Patrick's Day and a great spring to come, okay? So thank you guys very much. If you need anything, give me a call. I'm glad to help you, okay? Thank you. Thank you, Peter.
Thank you very much, Doug. I'm glad that we are doing a very good business in Arcadia. And
booming.
Booming. As for Alhambra, we are booming too. We have nine listings, believe it or not, for this week, and we have 4 sales. Let's go over the listing. The first one is 12905 San Marcos in Chino, listed by Sunshine Galvan, 1.09 million. The second one is 419. Actually, the next 4 listings are from Nina Xu with the project with the Chandler and also the Chapel project by James Chow. And the first one was 39,000. And the second one is in Chapel, and it's 1.45 million. Another Chapel one is 1.42. Another Chapel one was 1.42 million. So 4 of the listings are from Nina Shi. She's very, very busy lately and trying to sell those properties. And as a matter of fact, there will be more and more units coming from James Charles. So if you want to participate in the sale, it's very easy. Just just give the name of your buyer to Nina, and Nina will do the rest. And you get 1.25 commission for doing not much at all. So that's a good deal. Okay. And the next listing is by Ruben Galvan in Rancho Cucamonga for 600,000. And Cindy Fan has one in Pasadena for at least for Pasadena is $3,299 per month. And Shimei Cam has a 2 listings in Monterey Park. There's commercial lease, one for 13,000 per month. That's a big one. And the other one is 2,400 per month. So those are 2 the commercial listings. As for sales, we have 3 sales. First one's for Marcy Velos. It's a residence in Los Angeles, 860,000. And the second one is the Richard Wong for 3,400,000. And it's residence in Diamond Bar. It's a pretty nice house, very high end. That's why it's selling for 3.4 million. And the third one is from Karina Pang. Actually, Karina double-ended this one, this condo in Santa Ana for 645,000. Congratulations to all those sales. Okay, so as I said, hemp is also booming, and there's a lot of activity. I think we are seeing some light at the end of the tunnel, I hope. So let's do it, okay? And it's still pretty early in the year, and we should be better than 2023. Okay, with that, any other listing that I missed that you want to present?
Peter, Carlos?
Carlos? Yes, Carlos.
Yeah, I have a price reduction in Palm Springs down to 190. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, right across the street from the aerial tramway.
Only
down to 190.
190,000? That's
190,000, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 6 pools, heated pools, tennis court, putting green, and guarded community.
That's
wow.
Good. Good price.
Nice.
Yeah, real good landscape, beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you, Peter. Thank you.
You're welcome. If any question, go to call
Hey, Peter.
directly. Doug, you have something to say?
Yeah, I found out what
Peter.
Gary Lee listed. He listed 1161 Duarte Road in Arcadia for lease, 2 bedroom, 2 bath, 2,700 a month. That's the one he just turned in.
Okay, thank you.
Peter, it's me, Oscar. Can
Oscar,
I ask
yes.
a question about this? Yeah, I have a client, he has a barber shop. And he's looking to move to either Covina, San Dimas, Glendora, Laverne. And he wants to lease. If anybody has a lease, he wants to pay between $1,000 and $5,000 a month.
Okay.
Okay. In case anybody has something for lease in those areas.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah,
I
Peter,
just want
this
to
is
wish
Andrew.
everybody a great day and a great week.
Okay. What's it, Andrew?
Oh yeah, for agents out there, if you need a lender like me to go out to open house, contact me. I'll be able to accommodate your schedule. And to be a customer, make sure to qualify for loans. Okay.
Okay, all right, thank you. If there's anything else, don't go away yet, John. I haven't, I still have my presentation to present.
Oh, okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh, okay.
I know it's running out of time, but let's do it anyway, okay? Let's share the screen. I'm going to update you with the legal and market update, okay? Now, as you know, the last Friday, there's everything that everybody think that was a bombshell that dropped into the real estate industry. The NAR has proposed a settlement, a global settlement for 418 million to settle the lawsuit of Bennett versus NAR. Remember that last year the NAR lost the lawsuit, and there was the verdict was 1.7 or actually 1.8 billion dollars. And some of the defendants are settled already, including the Anywhere, which is the Coldwell Banker brand, and Remax, and also the Keller Williams. They are already settled. But NAR has not settled yet. But last Friday they settled it for 418 million dollars. And also they have some terms and conditions that they considered. And right after that, the news really propagated it and let everybody know that this is really going to change the landscape of real estate in the future. And they actually, you know, they painted a doomsday scenario for real estate, which is I think is unwarranted for. Because it's not that bad, you know. The press was saying that that they abolished the 6% commission totally, which is not true. Actually, the commission itself is still negotiable between the seller and the buyer, and just like before, you know. And we never a lot of time we don't get a 6% commission for the big commercial deals anyway, you know. Sometimes we're lucky to get even 4%. So basically, the commission has been negotiated, you know, between the seller and the buyer all along, and it has never changed. So the commission is not abolished as they claim. So don't get you know, too worried about it. And then they are saying that we're going to lose at least 1/3 of commission, and a lot of there will be a big exodus of the real estate agents exiting the market. So you know, I don't have a crystal ball, but I don't think that is that severe. And we just have to adjust some of the way that we do business. You know, that's all. But anyway, let's see what the terms and conditions of the proposed settlement by the NAR. Basically, they are saying that and in addition to the $418 million, the NAR promised to you know, to get rid of the proposal in the MLS compensation. In other words, it used to be that in the MLS, the seller has to indicate how much percentage or how much commission they're going to offer to the buyer's agent. But after this settlement, the MLS will not have the requirement that they have to have something offer to the buyer. In other words, it's all up to the seller and the buyer. So you know, they should have a private negotiation as to how much commission they are going to offer the buyer's agent. So that is not necessary anymore. And the second terms and condition is that the buyer's agent will use, it's mandatory to use the BRBC, which is the buyer representation and buyer and the broker commission, BRBC, for you know, between the buyer and the buyer's agent. And that will really clearly indicates what kind of relationship is, what kind of you know, whether it's exclusive or non-exclusive, or how much commission is going to offer to the buyer, and how much commission is the seller willing to give to the sellers. I mean the buyer's broker. So now you know, they make it mandatory for the buyer's agent to have a BRBC with the buyers. And also the settlement will have a global effect for all the NAR, the members and the MLS and all for all the brokerage which has less than the $2 billion transaction in 2022. So in other words, for all the brokerage that has a transaction less than $2 billion in 2022, they will be all settled in this settlement, and the plaintiff will not be able to sue the brokerage as well. Now, this is good for Coldwell Banker, George, and all the other the brokerage also, because most of the brokerage, you know, the transaction volume is less than $2 billion in 2022. So that's a good settlement, but as a matter of fact, you know, the Anywhere brand, which is the Coldwell Banker brand, they already had a settlement with the court for $85 million, and it's actually similar to what the NAR offer. And as a matter of fact, the Anywhere has already saying that you know, they believe the value of the buyer's broker, and it is the expertise that generates the commission that they earn. And also you know, it's they believe that the value of the buyer's agent offer to the buyers is very valuable and deserving all the commissions that they make. And they already you know, they already settled it with the court, saying that all the franchises of the Coldwell Banker will not be sued anyway. So this is kind of the NAR settlement is already kind of redundant as applied to the Coldwell Banker George, because we already have that kind of settlement in the Anywhere settlement before. So don't be over alarmed, and I'm sure that that will be a lot of question and questions and answers in the press, and there will be a lot of talking about it. As a matter of fact, they are having a lot of seminars to clarify the situation, and it's not as bad as they portrayed it to be. And if you have any question at all regarding this settlement of lawsuit, you know, you can always come to me, and you can also call our E&O, the attorney Brian Smith, and we can explain it to you more effectively. Okay, so don't panic. We're okay. Okay, now let's talk about the market update. There's a lot of things happening in the market. The essential things about the market is that the economy is still pretty robust, and we are not in the recession in any way. Inflation is still stubbornly high than anticipated. Right now it's 3.2%, and it's been lingering at 3.2% for the last 2 months. It's not going down, and that's why the Fed is kind of worried about it. And also the labor market is slowing down also. Because of that, the Fed will delay interest reduction to at least June 2024. You remember last year we were talking about that the Fed will reduce interest rates in March. The first reduction will be in March, but I don't think it's going to happen. They're going to have a meeting on tomorrow and Wednesday, and I don't think they are going to reduce the interest rate. As a matter of fact, they already think that say that they're going to keep its status quo to a 5.25, and and so that the soon as that they will make the interest reduction is probably in June, if not in August. They're talking about in August now because the inflation rate is still stubbornly high. You want to reduce it to 2%. Right now it's 3.2%, so they still have quite a bit of way to go. And so that because of that, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage climbed about the 7%, which is not good for the business, and that's why the business still a little bit sluggish. So okay, but I hope things will change in June. And also there's uncertainty that a legal crisis like the one that I talked to you about, the Burnett versus NER, and there's a lot of copycat lawsuits in California. As a matter of fact, they have 4 already brewing in California, and we still have to tangle with that. So there's a lot of uncertainty in that respect, and that's why a lot of jitter in the real estate industry. Okay, let's look at the U.S. economy. Well, the economy is still pretty solid. We are not going into a recession in any time soon, but the inflation rate is 3.2% for the next for the last 2 months, so it's lingering at this level, and it's not going down. So that's why the Fed is worrying about it. The job market is slowing down a little bit, and we'll see what will happen. And the inflation, because of the inflation and the CPI increase for the core CPI is 3.8%, and the general is 3.2%, and so it's still high. But luckily, the retail sales bounced back after the soft start, and you can see that in February 2024, all those are positive now. So that's a good sign that we're gonna see the retail sales coming back. The odds that will get interest reduction is pretty slim, as you can see that as of March 12, 2024, the chance of the interest staying at 5.25 to 5.5 is 99%. So it's almost certain that the Fed is not going to lower the interest rate in March meeting. And you can see that even for May meeting, it's 88% that they're going to stay in the current level. So even for May, it's not too optimistic. And let's hope for June whether they're going to reduce that interest rate or not. So as a result, the 30-year fix is climbing up. As we see a little bit climbing up. Now it's over 7%. And that is not good for the business. Okay, now the snapshot, for the February, the existing home sale stands at 290 units, and that is 1.3% compared to last year increase. And for the median sales price is 806,490, which is a 9.7% increase compared to last year. And so inventory is 30 month, which is still low. I mean, so we don't have that much inventory. The median day on the market is 22 days, which is not too bad. Anything that's within a month, that is pretty good already. That means the houses are selling, but it doesn't have too much inventory. That's the problem. Okay, and we noticed that the sale at the top end of the markets has a faster growth. As you can see that from 750 to a million, it's only 15%. 1 million to 2 million is 32%, and 2 million up and up is 51%. Which means that the people are buying the houses at the upper end of the market. So in other words, people still have a lot of money. They buy the bigger houses. The one who's suffering is the low end of the spectrum, where they cannot qualify for loans. For people who pay cash, they're still buying. So it's kind of a funny market now. So if you want to do business, go to the luxury end of the market. I think you have a better chance. Okay, the medium home price is $806,490. It's up 2.2% from last month and up 9.7% compared to last year. So the price, yes, at least for California, the home prices didn't drop at all. So actually, they still continue to increase. Interestingly, a lot of factors, the sales and everything, continue to support the median price. So that's why the price is not dropping. The new listing is increase compared to last year, increased by double digits, 15.1%, which is good news. That means we have more listings, but still not enough. Okay, a pending sale, of course, because the interest rate rise, pending sale dipped down a little bit, minus 2.7% last month. So that's all about the market. It is still a little sluggish, but there's some sign of life, and hopefully but it's not going to change much unless the interest rate comes down. So we're all waiting patiently for the interest rate to drop. Let's hope for the best for the next couple of months, and hopefully the Fed will see what is coming, and would like to reduce the rate as soon as possible. Okay, all right. That's all I had to share. And
Thank you, Peter.
Any question regarding?
Good information.
Thank you very much. All right, any questions? I know we kind of over time, so sorry about that. And if not, I'll see you next week.
See you
All right,
next
have a
week.
nice
Reach
week.
out.
Nice
I'm
week.
here for you.
All
I'll
right.
go on a conference call with all of you. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, Peter. Bye, guys. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.